Hello everyone, my name is Elinor. I'm doing my master's at Tel Aviv University in the Department of Industrial Engineering and doing my thesis in the Curiosity Lab of Professor Goren. Today I will present to you our research, which is a virtual robot facilitator of small group discussion in video conferencing for K-12. In online learning, it has been found that a high level of social presence is associated with a high level of collaborative learning and a sense of community. It has also been found that teachers should facilitate social experiences by encouraging discussion, collaboration, and synchronous communication. Computer-supported collaborative learning is a learning and collaborative process in which users study while using remote computing technology to solve tasks together. CSCL has been found to be helpful in conceptual understanding and critical thinking, and thus leading to a richer discussion. In addition, together with a virtual agent, it improves the memory system, group cohesion, and group atmosphere. Due to the coronavirus, the schools were forced to use CSCL, which until now most teachers avoided. A comparative study of the traditional face-to-face mode versus CSCL found that each method has its advantages. Among them, social interaction, cooperative learning, emotional aspect, and level of knowledge. Therefore, it is worth combining the two methods. Let's define what an avatar is. It's a virtual character that will act as a player in a virtual environment. In this research, it will act as a group facilitator of group activities as a teacher assistant. Let's talk about group activities. First, small group learning activities have generally been found to have advantages and have been considered a promising educational format. They can improve students' thinking and learning, their attention to the task, and prevent social problems. It has been found that online discussion forums have thrived in recent years when using AI that aids in their management. The teacher must guide the students' thinking for a supportive environment and high motivation to learn. When tasks are done in groups, teachers have the challenge of understanding which group needed them. Individual instruction is not optimal due to teacher resources, but learning in group is optimal. Hence, a virtual agent is a good option and has benefits like time management and objectivity. The composition of the groups and their dynamics can be influential, for example, by the gender of the student. So the strategy of facilitation should be considered as well. From all that has been said, few studies address the question of whether a virtual social agent who serves as a group facilitator can improve social learning and skills in children, and hence the need for our research. The system consists of two main web applications. The first is a learning management system, which allows teachers to create learning modules, which means activities for the students. The second is the student-centered platform, with which the students interact, and you can see it in the presentation now. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the interactive panel where the students can see the activity blocks and answer questions. In each activity block, you can enter reading material from various questions. Also, each block has instructions that pertain to the avatar guidance, such as what the avatar say or whether to have a discussion. On the left side of the site, there is a frame with the Zoom Web API that enables the gallery view to see all the group members in a live chat. On the right side, you can see a robotic avatar from SIGCHI. The system is equipped with perceptual sensors, the first being the system for recognizing users' facial expressions, which enables real-time and continuous analysis of emotions like happiness. The second is a system for measuring the volume on the client side in order to detect the student's speech in real time. The avatar character was programmed with best practices for group facilitation behavior, with the help of a group facilitator who assisted in the formalization of appropriate behaviors. Any behavior is formulated as a trigger that will cause the action to happen, followed by the action that will happen as a result. An example of such behavior is positive personal feedback. In this behavior, the trigger is if the system is in a situation where there is a question with a discussion after it, and there is a student who has not yet received positive feedback. Given that all the conditions in the trigger are met, the action will take place at the end of the discussion in the form of one positive feedback to the student. The research was done on one school in Israel with 10th grade students. There were 74 participants that were divided into 11 groups before the research, and each group completed 2 activities, one facilitated by the avatar and one without on CVs. When performing an activity with or without an avatar, the content of the learning remained the same, and only the learning experience changed and included or didn't include the avatar and its guidance. Due to technical difficulties such as slow internet and a lack of microphone and or camera, and the fact that the system is a prototype, only 50 remain. 5 groups were in condition AM, which means the first activity was with the avatar and the second without, and 6 groups were in NA condition. After each activity, the students filled out 2 online questionnaires. One was a short test of 8 true-false questions, and the second was with 10 rating questions. We analyzed the data, and the first result we will talk about is learning. We had a learning measure from the online questionnaire test, so we had the percentages for the number of questions each student answered right from all the questions in each activity. We can see that the students answered equally to both conditions. In addition, for the speech measure, we found that the average speech was higher with the avatar compared to without. The following results we will talk about are the results derived from the online questionnaires on various aspects of the activity. The questions were rated as 1 to 5, so that 1 was the least good situation, while 5 was the best. As can be seen in the diagram, students reported that activity with the avatar was more understandable and resulted in more effective group interaction and collaboration compared to activity without an avatar. Furthermore, they reported that they listened more to their group members as well as expressed themselves more with the avatar facilitation. Finally, in the rest of the questions, there was no significant result, but the trend was as desired. We will note some of the limitations that the study had. The first is the large number of technical difficulties that led to a huge loss of participants due to problems like slow internet or lack of proper equipment. The second is the novelty effect, according to which students interacted with such an avatar for the first time and didn't make long-term use of the system. In addition, the inability of the avatar to understand speech, so students said that the use will be for practicing material and not for learning new material, and that it's good for specific topics, such as history and not math. This short paper presents a work in progress of a novel system that facilitates small group online discussion using video conferencing and group facilitation best practices. From the study, it was found that in the activity with the avatar, the students engaged more in the discussion and participated more actively. Also, from the results of the questionnaire, positive conclusions emerged from the students. So it can be seen that they understand its contribution to collaborative learning. The results of the study show the promise of this new system as a facilitator of more effective and engaging discussion in an online environment that is becoming more prevalent in the formal education system and especially in the post-COVID era. For future studies, we would first like to conduct further research in world schools. We would like to test the system on a larger number of users for long-term use and thus generalize the conclusion. We would also like to test the system when performing multiple activities in parallel, just like in school group activities are done. This is in addition to examining developments for better group facilitation. Finally, we want to integrate the teachers more in the situation by showing them a dashboard of all the groups and critical moments in the activity. Thank you for listening.